I mean, like, people, I mean, they didn't want the internet anymore. I mean, the cable, I mean, you know, some people still got cable, but the cable company was losing a lot of customers. And then people was like, they just wanted the internet. They didn't want the cable TV. They wanted internet, and the cable companies were losing a lot of money with that. And so what they did was, okay, y'all cutting off the cable. Well, we'll jack up the price for the internet, you know, and shit. We'll jack up the price for the internet, you know, and shit like that, to make some of that money back, you know, and stuff like that. But that's how they doing it. It's different. It's just different now. It's just different, and different. But they gotta make up some of that money somehow. Like, and so that's what they do. That's what they did. But I think they still trying to figure things out, man. I think the networks trying to figure things out, because they still getting a lot of cancellations. They trying to figure out what will work. Like, I think the cable companies were given all these packages and different music channels and biography and all these different type channels and stuff like that. I think they worked that first, but I think that it probably people were not that much interested in all those damn channels anymore, and especially you paying all your money for those. And it's like you pay 100 something down. Do you watch all those channels? And they said no, you know, like that, you know, but you're paying all that money for it, you know, and shit like that, man. It's like, man, you know. But I think I think they did it just to keep the public interested, like, with all those damn channels, and knowing fucking well they wasn't watching all those damn channels. But the cable company tried to do everything in with the kitchen sink, and tried to see what worked. They do everything with the kitchen sink, man. To see, you know. But I think they just try to have all kinds of different type shows on cable to keep interested, man. But I think that worked for a while, and then afterwards, it didn't matter, you know. People start canceling, man. People just start canceling, man. But I don't know. It's different now. I don't know what they're going to come up with next, man. I don't know. Again, I think the cable companies is facing what television faced. I mean, like, regular TV, like regular TV. Remember when we just had the couple channels, like, you know, ABC, NBC, and CBS and Fox? I think what the cable companies are facing what ABC, NBC, and CBS went through before the cable channel. I mean, like ABC, NBC, and CBS carried the networks for a long time. They did. And, you know, from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, 90s. I mean, the 80s, 90s. You know, they carried it for a long time with TV shows and stuff. And then it started to change. ABC, NBC, and CBS, they started to change. Television started to change. The game shows and soap operas and all that stuff was started to leave out, and then they had to replace with other shows and stuff. And I think the two shows on TV that is the top two, news and football. Those are the top two shows on television. Anything else can be canceled. Anything else can be canceled. Football, and the news. The news channels. Stay forever. I don't think football will go anywhere. I don't think the news will go anywhere. Those are the top two shows on TV. Because, if anything else be canceled, you'll always see the news filling the slots. Like, the news always filled the slots. When they didn't have, if they had a lot of cancellations and they needed a show to fill in the slot. Like, say, if Good Morning America be on at 7, if they got nothing to fill the slots at 8, 9, 10, and 11, and 12, they'll fill it up with Good Morning America. Because they have nothing to fill the slots up with. They'll put the news on all morning. Like that. Because they have nothing to fill the slots up with. Unless they just willingly put an old show on. But usually they fill it up with news. And so, but they seem like the only two things that seem to say. I mean, like anything else could be canceled. But the news and football, I don't think any of those be canceled. Like that. But those are the only things that will stay on TV. It seems like that wouldn't be canceled. News and football. You seen everything else change through the years. I never seen the news canceled. There was always news. Always news, man. And football, the number one sport, always was there, man. Remember they used to have Monday Night Football? I mean, that was canceled, but football never left television, though. Football never left television. But that's how they doing it, man. That's how they doing. They doing it the best way. Television is doing it the best way they know how, man. And but I think they're using the younger generation now to fill in the slots. They putting the older female is out on the limb, man. They're using the movies and television and stuff like that. They're using the younger generations in those movies and TV shows. If there's a leading guy, an old guy that's still in the business, they'll pair him with a young female, not the old female. They wouldn't use her. Not the older female. They're not using her. They'll pair the older male who's still out there in the business, the older male, still out in the business, that's in movies and everything. They'll pair him with the younger female. Not the older female. The older female will be out on a limb, man. And soon as she get very age and stuff like that, here comes the younger female. Stepping in her place, man. As soon as you reach a certain age, man, Hollywood get rid of you. Like that. And Hollywood get rid of you. They're always new faces and younger generations of people coming into the business, so you can be easily replaced, and stuff like that. And they're using the younger generation. That younger generation, they're using that more than ever. They're using that more than ever, especially in movies and TV. They're using that more than ever. The younger generation, more than ever. More than ever. I mean, they're not really using the older female and the old. If they're using the older male, they put in him because he been in the business for a really long time and pair him with a young girl, like that. That's how they use the male. But the older female, out on a limb, they're not trying to use her, man. And if she do be in the movie, she's probably the younger female mother. Like, here she been in the business for a long time, and she's not even the star of the show. That younger female is the star of the show, and the older female is right there in the shadow of the young female. And shit like that. And that's how they doing that. They doesn't care, man. You see it all the time, man. But that's how they doing. They're using the younger generation with everything now. They're using that with everything now. But just about everything now. The younger generation. When it comes to that entertainment business. And the older male is going to be used to put in a movie with the young female. Now, will there be an old female with a young man? Probably not. You'll probably very seldom see that. You'll probably very seldom see that. Unless it's Stella got a groove back, and shit like that, But other than that, man, nothing, man, nothing. Nothing.